Так, всем привет, мы продолжаем играть в диско Elysium. Помогите Соне с проектом. Ага, понятно. Так, ну я с этим поговорил.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent? And I've finished setting up the... Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honors, detective?
Стоп, а почему у меня это сохранение? Ну ладно, давайте заново.
I wouldn't.
Я это просто уже проходил, но не записал.
We're not going with anything the Crabman.
Why not?
I don't care. I don't like the crab.
The name.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes. You... Noid's right. You've helped us so... Yakokata!
Yeko Qatar, does the...
Hardcore! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes,
How about something simple?
too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. The amnesia.
Like the...
Амнезия, кстати,
It's not
неплохое
amnesia,
название,
guys.
как по мне.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway. You have? Well,
О, диско
what's the
Elysium.
like that?
But disco really...
The past? No, it's and.
It's settled then.
Andre, you should go with the flow. Joining it feels good. It feels right.
I'm done.
That soft core
Yes,
gentle audio waves thump against your ribcage.
it's to
Is that a bald spot?
or because I want to show my hair, not 20. Of course it is. Otherwise, maybe it was a bad idea.
Так,
Anyway.
вот это 3%, да, шанс.
Goodbye,
Конечно,
officer.
все получится у меня. С эквилибристикой этой, которая у меня на единичке, да, наверное. А у меня и предметов нет на то, чтобы ее качнуть. У меня есть только на минус. По-моему, да? Больше у меня нет на плюс. Типа вообще. А, нет, есть одни очки просто. Знаете, что я подумал? Я могу, по идее, распределить их по местам и не искать все время то, что мне надо. Не знаю. Может, наверх все голубое? Тебе все равно искать потом. Ладно, тяжко. Очень, да.
Oh, hey, man. Good to see you.
3% шанс не
You
получится
close
ничего.
your eyes and dream of the shape.
Попытаться слишком долго
Oh, hey,
надо.
man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this.
But just imagine the moves you could pull.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repairs some of the damage done by battles lost. If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what.
Goodbye, officer.
Понятно.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. And no, it's got nothing to do with Contact Mike. No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio, no.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly... Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the... Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way... I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They see... Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both... Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask. Who do you want to know about? Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not but earlier today she told me about Welkins. and she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen. Andre, he's a cool guy. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision for what life should be, you know? He tries to push nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know? Yes. Anyway. Come to think of it, yeah, he's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of... Yes.
Понятно.
Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean, do? Like, for a living? He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him, sir. I abide by the law. It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to... I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Kind of? I'm gonna say yes. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people. Yeah. I hope you do. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. He's the and Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. Now if...
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Yes. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now. He basically just stands on...
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance. Anyway.
Actually, we don't know where. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forberg. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning. All night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't it? It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
It means I don't answer questions about myself. Is there a law that would...
That would depend on the circumstances.
Thank you. Sure.
Поймать серебристую мухоловку. Ее поймать.
Welcome back.
Да.
The silver bird has already flown away.
Так, на скорость реакции я больше никак не смогу прокачать, так что надо отгрузками все.
Welcome back.
O pasaro de Hint. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Excuse me?
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase...
What do you mean? Alright. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle. What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. So after his death we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name. It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed.
Aren't there any local authorities who might...
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeur. Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning dad-wise.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere.
Yeah. Have you seen Everard?
Окей. Так, с тобой.
Yo, man, what's on your mind? The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubi's built it not like a literal encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of, like, this is some old world shit the Ubi's had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it, I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to...
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness.
No. It's pretty fucking anodic music will definitely and if it can't, well, seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like like a concentric ring spreading out. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer. Maybe you can figure things out, Cop Man. I think we got on a good... They're hardcore. You know what I think? I think man, woman and child are arbitrary divisions. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go... It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our son. It's short for paranoid. It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of saying I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of. But if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment. The pig wheat pack. Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenise people. I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill. A suspicious element. It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves. Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. It's our only shit. We should make nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too. I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accident. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real sense. His eyes flicker.
The life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself. In others, mankind beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods, nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much
Just like that. The speed freak is right. The young man is dead serious about this.
utmost dedication. Thoughts from this egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. Hardcore! Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal. Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true... Oh yeah, sure thing.
Концептуализация.
Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of? I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things. Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism. Law total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an up like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white.
От так. Такс.
Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. But stands to reason it used to be white on the outside. Before the...
Slowly, peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye. I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murder on the floor.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of...
And many, many...
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory. The world spirit does not have a body. It has... This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief if you ask me. I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us. She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconography, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers. In the true life of tomorrow, every woman will be an innocence. They will wear neon headbands and leggings, and they will glow in the dark. There is. She is a party repellent and must be...
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin. The speed freak's eyes narrow with...
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing.
Ну, зачем
Plus it
убирать?
keeps the cold and the rain out.
Если это окно, к тому же, да. Хоть оно там и сломано, дыра есть. Большая, ну ладно.
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic part likewise. No one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion.
What a strange caustic. That can't be healthy.
Да за что?
What's happening here? Why do you keep
неудача,
coming
да?
back to this window? Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this any...
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short, they had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. A Sarais man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core. I only said unity. One word. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to anodic dance music.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with? Your pleasure response was more like, just wondering if he has it.
Hard to say, cop man. So I did get to talk to the... Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a... Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? The man picks up on stuff. And he... Good thing you didn't squash him.
Концептуализация, да, значит. Сейчас приоденемся. Так. Возможно, есть что-то еще, но почему-то мне кажется, что больше ничего нет. Я, кстати, очки не поменял, да? Да. Забыл. Так, на минус концептуализацию у меня ничего не найдет. Нет. Плюс 2 всего. Хоть что-то. А, у меня 3 повышения навыков опять уже появилось? Вот это быстро, охереть.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Aggressive, monotonous, but also somehow sacrum, primitive, yet futuristic.
Так, чё, да? Так вот, принять. Сохранимся теперь.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Dedicated, hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own to test your limits, surpass them. Dance jumping around, as this sort of music requires, is actually a taxing physical activity and should be dignified with a sports suit. You might as well make it complete with a whistle then.
Эстетика хардкора. Вау, да, вот это эстетик. Прям вообще топ, да. Может, никаких гарантий убрать? Пока что без разницы, время все равно не идет. Так, ладно, переодеваться не будем пока что.
True, hard, full, car. Hardcore! Hardcore to the internally coherent. All car, all right.
He furrows.
Hardcore!
Is it though? But is it? I mean really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit
да?
worried it isn't.
Так
The
легко.
skin
Я
on
просто
your
один
back
вариант
is
не выбрал
crawling.
во
For a
время всех
second, you
диалогов
can't
с ним.
even hear them. There is a hawthorn tree. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably...
Lungs are for love! When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the word love?
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the...
I think so. Highly gaily. Lungs are for love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid.
A dopamine surge accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp.
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked...
Yeah! With a rebel yell! Oh sure, I can do that. If you want that.
Please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Aye!
Теперь моралист.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine,
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking Revershow imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a hardcore superstar! It's time to compromise! I'm swiftly moving toward...
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic. But
Dark hard?
Basically, yes it is.
Yeah! Back the first page of the second chapter!
could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two.
There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like its own...
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
The young man looks at you reverently. His friend drops his loitering act. If anything, it
Ну,
sounds
не
a
особо
bit
похоже на
proto,
хардкор
like it's
какой-то.
not
Вот
fully
эта вот музыка.
formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Wow!
For a moment, you almost think he's going to put his hand down.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? What?
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. The hardcore.
Oh yeah!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limit.
I know!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
No! This is the answer! Uh-huh! Oh! Uh-huh! Oh! Yeah!
Ага, во.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate. In your...
What? Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music. The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is
На
caught in its
юге,
branches,
рядом с
like
каналом
bronze
растет
ribbons
боярышник.
blowing
Окей.
in the wind.
Oh, I know.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rag.
I knew that.
And the mosaic sign.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam, right? Does it?
Anyway, that's all.
Cupman!
Так, ну у меня пленка грустной песни,
To the
по-моему.
mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. Oh, she uses 3.5.
Oh no, we're going to be in this.
Don't worry, I have an adapt. Hang on. This is a 4.5. We're all good.
Whoa, thank God.
Вау, не придется
That
бегать, да?
does not...
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay.
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno. The Arno will be back! But we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell us that Egghead is alright!
Так, ну-ка, сохранимся.
DeLorean!
Vibrations thump through your blue soul. A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gis. He stands on stage. Behind it, the other reel deck is empty. Cables run.
Tape! Yeah! Spin the tape!
Лучше хиты авиастрелка. Конечно. Будет прям нечто особенное, да.
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the...
Maximum! Maximum is...
I know it is, but could you please...
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master!
Glue style? Okay. There literally is no other.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speak.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air. Wait,
Born ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
the lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically. His hand. There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You disengaged.
No wind outside. No waves. The woman looks around. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you. Not in the speakers. Not in the room. A great bass sigh it's out there now. It will devour the floorboards. The glass.
Guys, what's going on? It's getting louder.
In the basins.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar. He's peaking. The worst high he's ever been on.
The beauty and the beat!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window.
Come down to earth!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaw.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Что будет?
Beautiful!
Shit! It doesn't stop. A serious?
Yes, I've turned it off! Andre, pull the compressor!
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed.
In the mixing desk now. Building in. This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof. And then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting... You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer...
4 years. 22 people.
Yeah, but did you record it, though? It was...
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discussed.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again. Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
they need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although it was mathematical information from the anomaly. But I have no idea.
Her voice seems muffled in the silent church.
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulispov. Also,
I want you to know that's...
I don't care, but
That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite.
now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary...
Yes. And we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're
Логика.
still alive.
Сейчас сформулируем теорию. Что еще есть на логику? Или ничего уже? О. Первый раз эту шапку надел. Опа, еще логика. Много всего на логику есть. Сколько у меня? Плюс 4. Вообще. Окей.
Yes, what is it?
92%.
You don't have
Let's
to.
go.
You already have. These thoughts formed in you somewhere. And a woman, she was there too. Her head.
What? But Pale isn't here.
That comforts her. She looks up into the darkness under the nave.
Then what?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing.
Then the Pale is.
Не знаю.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. Weird, I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, according to this, how long? And information, causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's...
An intellectual hunger filled.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM, an amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. Of course! A pinewood sarcophagus! Or a containment facility of some kind. I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution. Or repurposed before.
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in.
You think the presence of that puncture has somehow
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
True, we never should have upgraded to Vox 50. And the spec kept changing. And those damn heads. But still.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest, some of this I can use to stop.
Man, you will certainly some man.
Так.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Yeah! Once the light is...
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropomedic detection to perform in this district.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we... It must be anthroponetic crosstalk. The one you get in radios and long-distance calls.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police.
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through Pale, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those... Anytime.
Все, наконец-то, да, с ним. Так. Знаете, давайте эту мысль забудем. По-моему, она не такая уж и важная. Вот что я сказать хотел. Эстетика хардкора. Уборка в комнатах. Давайте вот это вот изучим. Центр килителей бомб.
The mother of humanism stands above you. Why? That does seem to be a problem. I don't know. The mother of...
Ладно. Так. У меня еще 2 очка навыков. О, понедельник и вторник нет заданий. Вау, ура. Спросите врага про ссылки на лабораторию. Понятно. Так. Надо к врагу зайти. Спросить классье. Найдите рабочее оружие. Ну ладно, мне все равно потом когда-нибудь придется в эту церковь вернуться. Давайте обратно вернем нашу одежду. Точнейшую, да? Стилем диско блейзер. А, это же самая первая наша одежда. Ну, точно, я забыл уже. Так, что? Я вот в это был одет. Шапка. Вот это, да? Выглядит он, конечно, просто прекрасно, да, я могу сказать. Давайте лучше в этих, да, ходить, потому что мне за восприятие это плохо так-то, как по мне. Так. Теперь бежим туда. Сейчас сходим за пленкой. И что, может тогда сразу вернуться в церковь? Блин, так долго бегать, конечно, туда-сюда. А мне все равно сюда возвращаться. Потому что надо тут спать. Так, а к оврагу я могу зайти в 2 часа ночи?
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Songes Lane, just like promised. You've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, it curls up into a mess inside your pocket. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street.
Это я сам придумал,
Good
вон там вот
idea.
было.
He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, "You tree hugging the gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Songes Lane endures the wind."
Hello. Let me know if I can help you. You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you...
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes. What about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn. You know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those... A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness inside. I rather like it here, too. So yeah, I'm not giving you my projector. This time... Yeah, a sanctuary... Yeah, man, no. I rather like this place happy, too. You know, where I work. Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Могу прямо сейчас ему уже продать. Так, это по идее можно и продать, да? На. Плюс 50 реалов. Уже я не буду, пожалуй, пока продавать.
Another time, perhaps.
Просто я думаю, что он мне нахер не нужен. Так, стоп. На этом берегу. Добавьте хардкора, спросите Еврара. Ага, ага. Ага. Мгм. Понятно. Так, я забыл, как идти к этому, к лидеру профсоюза. Ну, как-то там прийти можно. А, да, вспомнил. Ну ладно. Мы завтра к нему зайдем тогда. А то уж я сейчас все квесты тут выполняю ночью, будет нечего делать следующим днем. Ох.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Yeah! It was ours too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't. It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound.
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this can't escape the sound. Can't escape the. Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here. Into deck B.
A hand on his ear. He listens.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself? Listen, I'm just going to show.
Откуда свет появился? Каким образом они поставили эту херню?
Wow! Here's that? The sign. Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be.
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody? Like a folk song? And you just found the original piece that inspired him?
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of.
Noid's right. Egghead's. No. This is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
Be how it may! If it fits, it fits!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that? Yeah, I remember.
I think you might know the answer.
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up? To it.
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Техника 16. Ох ты ж, что-то дохера. Арно Ван Эйк. О, плюс одна техника и временный бонус. Так, на что бы это поменять, а? Я хочу. Давайте способы косвенного налогообложения забудем. И вот это усвоим. Хорошо. А у меня на технику больше одежды нет. Мы с тобой, да, говорить. 17% шанс всего лишь.
Bzz, bzz, bzz goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway. You scrape the moldy recesses of your brain for some technological... Isn't that what real artists do? Make it up as they go along? Yeah! It's hard to say for sure, but the digital throbbing seems...
Так, ну еще раз.
A better deal! Yeah! Made it! A better deal! Yeah!
Here's an idea. Say what you said before.
Сейчас все будет.
A better deal! Yeah!
Here's...
A better deal!
Here's...
Так, стоп. Но у меня есть перчатки на плюс 2 техники.
A better deal! Yeah!
Here's an idea.
A better deal!
Here's a...
Ладно, я вернусь, когда сделаю. Все готово было достаточно быстро.
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing. Either the auxiliary... The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow
Sidechaining it, you said!
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide. Wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Are you ready?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Зря я пропустил там. Качает, вообще хорошо. При этом они еще светоэффекты всякие добавляют, если ниоткуда. Ну ладно.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on.
This is beauty! This is love!
What in the world is going on? The way
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
Introducing the ultimate sound!
This is wild. God damn it. This dance club idea might just...
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it!
А еще бы люди узнали, что тут теперь есть этот
The
клуб.
fabric of the world has been...
Рекламировали бы его еще так.
Yes, what is it?
Yo, man. What's so...
Ничего нового не будет. Все могу
Welcome
уходить отсюда навеки.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
А, ну эквилибристика. О, 28% шанс повысился. Подожди-ка. А у меня нет ничего, наверное, плюс эквилибристика. Хоть что-то одно, даже хоть чего-то одного у меня нет. Есть только на минус. На плюс у меня нет. Ладно, давайте сейчас попытаем.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your
Yeah,
eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form.
But just imagine.
Puts it...
Понятно. Угу. Так, ну теперь подождем.
Will flutter if light go.
Total
О,
darkness.
рептильный мозг.
You sink down the darkest fathoms of here. It will begin.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Первый раз спиной мозг
Every
говорит.
vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to rule the world. In the spinal cord.
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move. Who fucking cares? No. Or get. Oh, don't worry. The music still nothing. Just the immaculate.
Foolhardy! Do you even know what's happening? With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, you must have touched upon an entirely new way of moving the human. As you open your eyes, you should scream, hyper, hyper. You have become a flawless interlocking mechanism, a flesh and bone.
Сейчас с этим мешком и монтировкой этой.
From the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads, entirely free from self-awareness, no deliberation, only.
Oh my god! No way!
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future. He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm. The dynamic motion of your flailing body, you feel as if turning on the hyperdrive would be a point of no return. Feels almost melancholy. Are you?
Here we go! Hardcore fit the sound above my head!
Подключить гипертягу.
Music pounds through the hall of an old stave church on the coast of Mark.
Ну-ка, давайте еще раз хочу удачно. Удачно хочу. Ну, правда, теперь все заново. Ну да ладно. Сейчас я сделаю. Так, оп. Я тут это решил лейтенанта подозвать еще. Можете почитать. Так, во. Была проверка на авторитет. 72%. Вроде бы.
Get my what on?
Sheesh.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there.
Nah, it's not open.
Yeah. Whatever. That all you got? I did 15 years in the jeep now.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity. It's reasonable. It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either.
Заставил Кима танцевать 92%.
The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes. The young woman lifts her headphone.
Asil? Aren't you going to dance?
No. Recording.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her own work. On the coast of the Martinez Inlet, in a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely.
I am La Rebachelière. I am the city. I am a fragment. My heart is the wind corridor. Come morning, I carry industrial dust. I've seen you. I've seen you. The modulations of my voice are noted down. I also reside in your lungs, and you are an officer of the citizens' militia. You move through my streets freely in motor carriages and on foot. I need you. You can keep me on the...
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church.
Had a good rest there?
Fuck yeah! I bet you did.
That's all great, but we should really get going.
You might be imagining it, but...
Man! Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people. End of human development. Mission complete. All right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles up.
Goodbye, officer.
Наконец-то. Получилось.
Yo, man.
Hardcore.
Hardcore. Сам знаю.
Yes, what is it?
Что-то новое. Так, оп. Ты вообще, я жалкий коп. Ультралиберал выше моралиста стал. Ой. Найс, хороший коп, плохой коп и честь. Просто на троечке всего лишь. Ой. Ну ты к нему подойти не хочешь? А чё он это? Он провис как-то, я не знаю, что с ним. Он отошел от этой, видимо, багнул его немножко.
Hardcore.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance! Goodbye, officer.
Ладно, с ними, видимо, не поговорю уже. Сейчас зайдем и выйдем. Да, все, теперь ок.
A better deal! Yeah! Needed!
Все, больше не о чем нам с ними говорить. Ой, все, можно сказать, мы тут все выполнили. Хорошо. Я, кстати, сделал это вот в этих подкрадулях мощнейших. Да-да. Галстук, кстати, поменять. Все. Идем на боковую, пожалуй. Хотя. Сейчас к ему идет. Мы попробуем кое-что еще. Давайте на всякий случай тут вот так вот сохранимся.
It's getting cold. This
Good night, officer.
Так, оп. Сейчас пойдет план по внушению. Так. Больше, по-моему, у меня ничего такого нет. А у меня еще вот это было. А, нет, это сумма. Я думал, это трепет. Ладно. Ну и все. Сколько шанс?
Waves are beginning to die down.
28.
Look at those little bastards. Simmer down.
Oh yes, she does.
Сейчас все
You need to
получится,
get-
я вам говорю. Собственно, снова пауза. Ух ты ж,
After a man
получилось.
died at sea.
С третьей попытки.
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober? Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I have, and I don't really. Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator. Where would this walk take us, officer?
Вот,
All
для
right.
земли нам туда, кстати,
I will
надо.
walk with you. But you need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking. Me too. It's been ages since I just had a normal conversation with one of you. Stroll on the beach sounds nice. All right, I guess I'll be seeing you at Land's End in the evening, when it gets dark, all right?
She
Уже
doesn't wait
стемнело.
for an answer. You better get ready.
Уже готов. На полную. Вы думаете, я знаю, где этот ваш край земли? Вы о чем вообще сейчас? Я думал, меня туда сейчас отведут сами.
You're back. Good. What? Oh, of course, detective. You can always drop.
Нам вроде не о чем говорить, все. А, нет, стоп, ну-ка. Сейчас
You're
проверим.
back.
Я тут
More
все
lessons
это,
in
да?
basic reality? Are you sure you're okay?
Это я уже узнал.
The achromatic.
The negation.
That's right. Yes. Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything? Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale? Mm-hmm.
Your ailing constitution.
You really didn't know. This does not spell... I hope so. I truly do. You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it. Glad to have been of it.
Все, давай, пока. Мне надо на край земли идти. Я не знаю, где он, но надо идти. А, туда нельзя, точно. Куда она ушла? Туда или туда, может, я не знаю. Ну-ка, так. Так, короче, я узнал, куда нам идти. Нам надо куда-то к бункеру. Этому типа. Так, ну давайте что, переоденемся, может. Ну, шапочка, конечно, мощная, да. Да и сам он одет как краш просто. Ладно, вот это вот уберем. И вот это вот тоже. Вот так вот будем идти. Вот это у него, кстати, перчатки. Я только сейчас заметил, какие они, как они выглядят. Прикольно. 2 патрона, кстати. Такой это тот, который у Лика. О, сюда нам надо. Я про это место уже и забыл. Фото.
An old door, worn by element.
Техника 20. Охереть просто.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for the wind picks up? Fine sea in the distance, you can hear the breakers roar. A smoking assailant who favors Timotiri, to Ostra or Duhan, cigarette butts up to warm his hands before he pulled the trigger. There are no markings on the ground for a tripod. He would have had to lie on a mattress. The salty water has corroded the ladder to nothing but 2 thin orange rails. In addition, there, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, it's glowing in the dark night. The lights are on. Glazia must be such a good girl, you think.
Скорее всего, не тут. 1 километр стрелять с какого-то старого ружья, ну не знаю. Так. Оп, так.
The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks...
Aye, so here you are. It's late and the sun is going down. Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen.
Across the rusty water, that's La Delta, the financial district. In the mist-covered distance, towers rise as a rebuke to the poverty of this coast.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments. So this is what this is. Responsible. Well, maybe it is. Maybe you'll have a revelation and crack whatever you're on. And its people.
Her laughter is throaty and warm. She nods to you, a playful glint in her, as she turns to face the sun, reflected in the waves, and the skyscrapers rock. You should say something. Anything. Maybe the tequila sunset thing.
It's a common Revacholian expression. So, are you going to keep the name? Well then, Officer Dubois.
The remains of the dying sun are reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay. Your mind clears for a moment.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards...
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress. The sun isn't always that great. Think of people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Now you're just nitpicking. But I concede. Oh, that was a bit...
And a bit of conceptual unity too. It being yet the salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls and the skuas. Grit of the sand and the green.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side. No matter what we do or who we are. For absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being. Certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be? No. And it will outlive them all.
Актуализация. Потерянная любовь +2.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi-sun.
The wind ruffles her hair.
These aren't real fishhooks, silly. They're earrings shaped to look like fishhooks.
She's right. They're made mostly of plastic. Cheap. The wind ruffles her hair. Silver streaked.
I always do. I like it.
The wind ruffles her hair. Silver streaked in the moonlight.
А об этом не знаю, стоит говорить сейчас-то.
Here we go.
Пока что не
Two
будем,
different
да?
approaches to cap this off with style.
Aye. And a benevolent one. When did you last have one of those on your side? Well, now you have that giant thing to watch. The wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have to go. Have this. The sun's good,
Спасибо.
but
Спасибо, спасибо.
doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore. No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me. Doubt it.
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you.
Farewell.
Плюс меч. Теперь уж точно можно кого-нибудь зарезать просто.
As she walks off, the wind picks up, and the light from...
Ага. Чтобы произвести впечатление на самого себя. Блин. Ну, жаль, что он затупленный. Ладно, не знаю, пригодится ли он где-нибудь в таком случае-то. Ну да ладно. Дудум-дудум. Мог бы встретить ловушку так-то, ну ладно. Думаю, там ничего такого нет. О, готово. Или что? Карта. Ух ты ж, а так мало осталось всего. Дверь в церковь. Правда, там уже ничего нет. Это тоже уже было, нет? Разве? Гастон. Ага. Ирина Арну. Ага, помнится, да. Охраняемая дверь это что? Вообще не помню, что это. Как-то на стене тоже не помню. Плащ я уже забрал давно. Мусорный бак тоже. Хорошо. Все, идем на сон. Ну-ка, если я к скамейке подойду сейчас.
It is the dead of night. Now is not the time.
Ну да.
It's getting cold.
Интересно, Ким обратит внимание на то, что у нас сабля в руках.
The bed is comforting.
Надо было
The
сделать это
bed
современно.
underneath you is soft, if lumpy.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you.
How have things been going for you out there? Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who
Hear that? You are naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. It's much, much worse than that.
Don't tell him, sister.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from...
We're trying to help you. All these processes.
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later.
Everything is so okay. Your eyelids flutter open for a moment when you close.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have...
Я думал как-то, что наша любовь это Dolores Day была. Но когда сказали, что она жила 300 лет назад, ну либо наш главный герой бессмертный просто, а вот и все. Да ладно. Так, ну тут нечего
On the table,
делать.
you see a boat. The water, you almost... Your face. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the...
Yes?
Ну ладно.
Our tenant, please.
Так, оп, погодите.
The scruffy-haired little...
Ничего не скажете насчет договора, да? О, мысль какая-то.
Bye.
Опа.
Is that the phasmid? Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
В тот раз с удочкой когда?
Fine. It's not a phasmid. It's not even organic. Just a fire iron.
Ладно. Скамейка. Чай, что скажет?
The worn and beaten.
We can sit on benches.
You can revisit the bench.
Понятно. Так, ну чё мы идем? Мы идем на тот берег. По идее, нам туда. Тут заданий вроде бы не осталось. Надо зайти в гостиницу. Поговорить с этой классией, если она все же там. Еще к Врагу зайти. С Леной поговорить, да? С этим мужиком, по-моему, надо было зачем-то поговорить, я не помню зачем.
Everything's still cool here.
Возможно, что-то купить мне у него надо
Shine
было.
on these sunglasses
Кажется,
lasts
как
a
будто бы
lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
плюс одна внутренняя империя. Пока что я не видел, кстати, какие-то проверки на внутреннюю империю, думаю, они не особо
Good,
нужны.
officer. Keep browsing those
Плюс одно самообладание. Так,
The
ну, кстати,
speakers below
кроссовки
are banged
жесткие
up
за
and
50.
worthless. The
монет.
sneakers triumph over them.
Кстати,
They're the
плюс
star of the show
скорость
there.
реакции. Может купить их, а? Почем
The
нет-то?
speakers below.
Super cool! Now the premium lifestyle.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost mystical energy.
Не знаю, зачем
The
мне
junk
колонки,
is
но
yours,
давай.
officer. Happy listening.
Так. Цена 30. Неплохо так за 50 центов. Зачем вообще было их покупать? Но зачем? Он загнал их всего за 50 центов. Ну ладно, эти еще 50 стоили реалов. Это не так уж и мало. Скорость реакции мне все-таки пригодится. Ой, мужик какой-то сидит. Че сидишь?
Officer,
А, Гастон.
care to play? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same. The prick is gone. I can barely believe. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent. His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need?
Yes, he was about to head home. Cause when the dock workers found him, sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off.
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol.
No, René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing your high could say would
Повесился?
ever push him to do
Его
anything.
повесили?
I repeat, an absolute Kent. Even if the only people who could stand to be around him were and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if we've hated each other our entire... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a count.
Yes, we are.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79, I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist.
Of course he didn't. Flowers are for pansies.
That's their old name, dating back to the time. There were many reasons, but mostly it was, I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole. Yes? What about René?
Yes.
It is, I just don't know anymore.
Теперь нет проверки на сэндвич.
Sorry.
Блин.
The worn and beaten.
You can revisit.
Ну, жалко его, что я могу сказать. Жаль. События меняются со днями, конечно. Ну, хотя бы не начинается этот трибунал еще от того, что я не расследовал дело.
Good. Thank you for doing that, Dick. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten... Yes. Field work is... Morel will eventually, or...
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
No, you don't have to do that.
Be real. Gary is not going to help with this.
That really is too much, sweetie.
Fuck that cough. It's not happening. The insides of your lungs are lined with very strange. Why is she not letting you do this?
Different? How? I'm in doubt, sweet. It's, Do you ever wonder if some lovely story... Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story. Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone. No, at least I don't think I did. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness.
But now, We're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Так, ну давай.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care. All qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the... If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university. But if the dream comes to naught, I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived, on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologist, maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably...
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes, either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from... Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but... Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything.
A fool's hope. Say her lips move like that. She drives off. The gas engine mutters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside,
we should go to...
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast.
Так, ну что, сходим еще ловушки проверим тогда. Ну, конечно, задание завершилось, но давайте сходим еще раз. Почему бы и нет, я думаю. Так, одно очко навыков есть. Классно. Там... Так. С тобой что, есть о чем
Was
говорить?
there something? Another thing. Great. Yes, got the 20 ray out. Then why are you...
Так, давайте к этой сходим. Да давай, беги. Так, окно.
Two neon lit shapes.
Не надо ничего.
I was just thinking,
Опять случайно.
what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Okay.
Почему у меня квест все еще на то, чтобы узнать,
We were there.
что было в ночь?
Okay. I turned back to him.
A great pain.
I knew he was dead. He was heavy. I waited for the set.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernail.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30.
It's okay.
Not as much as...
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than you.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing.
Did you hear or see?
No. Nothing. He was still on the floor. Slouched.
She nods, silently.
Почему у меня задание? Спросите Классье про ночь в воскресенье. А, когда Кима поблизости нет. Да вы чё, а? Ким,
Yes?
мне придется еще один день точно ждать. Не это. Вниз, пожалуйста. Боже мой. Уф. Давай, беги. где с вами мне не о чем говорить. Надо было сразу описание прочитать. Ага, побежали нам туда. 3 задания сразу выполним. Да, выполним. Так, ты. Давай переоденемся обратно.
Right to work! Right to work! Sure.
Don't think so.
Silence. He takes the... You see dead flesh.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in. Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth.
What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want it? Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fuck.
Bonito is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago.
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see actions, at dawn, he comes upon 2 kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe, we shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was not. She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Guy. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body. Drowned in a creek a week later.
Something stirs in your stomach.
No. I was in the domain. In Jamrock. Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But go ahead. All right now.
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with...
Wow.
Right! Free flow of commerce! Don't talk to him any longer. Just leave, please.
Fucking bug.
A punch is not imminent, but it's been... You hear a tiny rattle.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
The man's breathing steadies, but it's hard to do that when you want to beat a man into a pulp instead.
Ладно, будем считать, что этого не было. Мы о нем про это не спрашивали. Так, больше ничего, да. Ага.
Hola, wandering man.
Oh.
How can I help you? Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece.
Может, с ним поговорить еще. Давненько мы с ним поговорили.
The unpromising raise pupil return.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. Fanny.
Fanny. She was trying to set up a narcotic.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some anodic music. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very... But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to?
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using...
Found God knows where? That a cell is the daughter of Miko the kebab. A man who once killed... I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub. Don't you? Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to live... But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on. Tell me.
Так, подожди. Что у меня тут?
Humpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. And it...
Что она дала? -2 внушения. Или после пассивной проверки дают плюс 10 очков опыта. И плюс 2 реала. Нормально так. А не дохерали. Ну, конечно, -2 внушения забирает. Это печаль, беда. Что с этим поделать? Так. Арна Ван Эйк еще через 7 минут будет готов.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, the golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the... You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything.
I don't know. Your dirty forgery fingers aren't sure it finally answers. Ask away, son.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information, an old woman has it, and let me tell you...
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he...
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me at...
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this stuff.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like, unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry.
There it is again. The pig.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village.
She will be there. From 22 and...
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I'm glad you asked. I've got type 2 diabetes because sugar and... Good job too. As it made me ugly. And ugly people, Harry, why a war...
And what do you have to...
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they
Ну, я не
send,
знаю,
the
если их
worse
там
it's
человек
going to
100,
look for them.
и они все в
They
броне
made a
будут этой
huge mistake hiring
жесткой.
those guys.
А ну вот их 1000,
No one
например.
likes foreign mercenaries.
Думаю, они их
The
расстреляют все-таки,
leftists
да?
hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot.
So that's why you have...
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. It's already happening. Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. Well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people...
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those... Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast... Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks of the pain is true. He sees, but will there be giant statues of the Clare brothers towering above it all? Joyce knew he was up to something.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, workers on welfare, and... Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job.
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks of her.
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big
A guy, huh?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he... 2,372.
2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll live with?
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think that with renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal all they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored, and risperidone is used to treat severe psychosis.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a
He's basically admitting to it.
Вообще приятно.
Harry, if I was supplying raw material...
Understood.
Yes, of course. And while you're doing... Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start... I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place...
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. Boys. Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering? Harry, the future I have in store for Martinez will have all the macho aesthetics you love so much. The
Oh yeah, skull and bones. Skull and bones on the Revacholian flag. The Revacholian Death Squad. Oh.
We're way past specific union members now. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big
Тот,
time
который на
mode,
контейнере,
Harry.
да, вроде? Так, ну чё? Пока
Great,
что это
Harry,
всё.
great. I think we've truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things. I'm always happy to educate and very nice, Harry. Is there anything great? You absolutely, Harry. What's on your most certainly, Harry? By all means, Harry. What? Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not link.
Все, ревидевчи, да? Так, что тут?
Anna Van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and
Плакат концертов. Моторика все белые, проверки разблокированы. Стоп. Вот это? Ну ладно. Ну-ка. Эквилибристика, техника. Карта на стене какая-то. Не знаю, что за карта на стене. Рене Арну все еще показывает. Ну ладно, не знаю. Там есть бункер, но у него красная проверка, по-моему, типа. Так, Леонардо.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother. Mr. Evrat doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. Mr. Edgar is Mr. Evrat's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's all kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the...
South Safford. A lot of bulk chemical manufacturing going on there. The trade must have been lucrative for the trip to be so long.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes... Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of it. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Huh. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off.
That's precisely what he is. Everard's dragon.
Who do you mean, mister? I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends.
He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to...
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with...
He's probably one of those rare specimens who are born when two drunk seamen stumble on top of each other on the deck amidst a storm.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister. The night guard. He was a peculiar fellow. Headstrong and proud. We didn't really talk all that much. Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
Понятно. Так, сейчас пойдемте к этой будке сходим. Опа, тут не дособирал. Так, туда.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads...
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though. Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other...
Так. О национальной гордости Зарива Шоли. О, скорость реакции. Прекрасно.
Wow, this jacket makes you feel strong. As if your blood is mixing with that of the venerable... Apologies, you're right. The need for a strong central... It's time to clean up the streets and restore the city to its...
Скорость реакции мне пригодится потом для дела. Да, отсюда я не дотянусь. Ух. Так, что там по заданиям еще? Поговорите с мусоркой. Окей. Определите, проверьте траекторию выстрела с пирса с острова еще. Ага. Ага. Ага.
The bullet is still... An intricate web of blue. The pattern still kind... A cockatoo is... This book talks about...
Я подумал сходить к той женщине, у которой мужа убили. Не знаю, не думаю, что там открыто. Так, это, вот что. Вот это можно вскрыть, если что. Может быть, можно, только нет, нельзя. Понятно.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Да. Так, может, в участок должен быть.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? Just a...
10-4, Camille. 10-4, sir. 10-4, Roger that.
Ничего вообще. Ладно. Так, зачем мне бежать туда? Так, тут что у нас? А вот транс, вот вот эти плакаты, да, типа. Так, ну-ка, может, тебе с тобой поговорить об этом мундире надо?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, я могу в него, конечно, переодеться.
Oh, sorry, officer. It isn't right. René wanted to be buried.
The lieutenant
Это и
gives
правда
you a
неправильно,
long,
конечно.
slow...
С этим я согласен. Что поделать, не мы такие, жизнь такая. Низкий рок от базы. Вау. Знаете, давайте мы пока что на этом остановимся. Оп. Что же, всем пока.